Hey, welcome. Let's just jump right in. We are going to cover every single legitimate way you can file your taxes completely for free in 2026. Seriously, by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly which option is right for you, and you'll never have to pay to file your taxes ever again. Just let that sink in for a second. Chances are you, or definitely someone you know, paid $100, maybe more, for tax software last year, when a perfectly good, totally free option was just sitting there. The big companies were basically counting on you not knowing about it. Well, today, we're going to fix that. It's actually way simpler than you think, but you have to know where to look. So we're going to walk through this whole thing step by step, starting with the most official and, frankly, the most reliable options out there. Okay, let's dive into the good stuff. The absolute best place to start is always with the programs that are run or directly backed by the IRS. I mean, these are going to be your safest, most comprehensive, free options, period. So the first and maybe the most powerful option is something called IRS Free File. Now, here's how it works. The IRS actually partners with big-name software companies, and yeah, that even includes TurboTax, to offer their premium software for absolutely free to most Americans. So you're probably thinking, okay, what's the catch? Well, look at this number. If you earned $84,000 or less last year, you qualify for IRS Free File. That right there covers the vast, vast majority of taxpayers in the entire country. Okay, now listen up, because this is the crucial part. This is the single biggest trap people fall into. You must start at the official IRS website. That's irs.gov/freefile. If you just go straight to a company's homepage, I promise you, you will get shuffled over to their paid products. They literally hide the truly free version on purpose. All right, next up is a newer option, IRS Direct File. Now, unlike Free File, this isn't some third-party partnership. This is the government's own system, built and run by the IRS itself. There is no middleman, no company trying to make a buck. So, Direct File is really designed for more straightforward tax situations. It's absolutely perfect if you just have W-2 income, you take the standard deduction, and you have some basic tax credits. But if you're self-employed or you've got investment or rental income, it's probably not the right fit for you. At least, not yet. The biggest upside? Zero upsells. None. Of course, not everybody wants to do their taxes on a computer, right? So if you'd rather have a real, live expert help you in person, that's exactly what VITA is for. It stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, and it is a fantastic IRS-backed program. You qualify for VITA if you earn $67,000 or less. It's also specifically there to help people with disabilities or those with limited English. And there's even a sister program called TCE, which is Tax Counseling for the Elderly. That's for anyone 60 or older, and the volunteers are specially trained on things like retirement and pension issues. All right, so those are the official IRS-backed options, but what about all those free versions you see advertised on TV all the time? Let's try and navigate that maze because, well, they often come with some pretty serious strings attached. And this just spells it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the so-called free editions from TurboTax and H&R Block. The thing is, they only cover the absolute simplest returns. The second you have student loan interest or a little freelance income, bam, they're pushing you to a paid plan. But on the right, you have an alternative like Free Tax USA. They offer free federal filing for almost every situation, even self-employment, and they only charge a flat fee, like $15 for state filing. It's no frills, but it's super effective. So, with all these options, how on earth do you choose? Well, let's create a simple little blueprint to help you find the perfect fit for your exact situation. Let's break it down really quick. If your income is under $84,000 and you like guided software, just start with IRS Free File. Simple. If you have a basic W-2 return and want zero third-party involvement, see if IRS Direct File is available in your state. If you want that in-person help and your income is under $67,000, go find a VITA site. And if you're a freelancer or maybe you just don't qualify for the others, Free Tax USA is going to be your best bet for free federal filing. Okay, before we wrap this up, let's quickly cover 3 final warnings, because avoiding these common mistakes is just as important as knowing which service to use in the first place. All right, mistake number 1. And this is the most important one to remember, so I really can't say it enough times. To get that truly free software through the IRS partnership, you have got to start the process at irs.gov/freefile. Do not, I repeat, do not go directly to the company's homepage. Okay, The second mistake is all about your timing. If you want to use that excellent free in-person help from Vita, you need to act early. Their appointment slots fill up incredibly fast. You should plan on booking your spot in February or early March, not the week before the tax deadline. And finally, the third mistake. This one's a mindset conundrum that costs people a ton of money. It's so simple, yet so many people do it. Always, always, always check your eligibility for one of these free programs before you even think about pulling out your credit card. Never just assume you make too much or your situation is too complicated. And this is exactly why. Just look at this. Over 70% of all American taxpayers are eligible for at least one of the free filing options we've talked about today. The odds are overwhelmingly in your favor. So the key takeaway is really simple. Filing your taxes does not have to cost you a single dollar. Whether it's through IRS Free File, Direct File, or a local Vita site, these high-quality, genuinely free options are out there just waiting for you. Now that